be seated. Your Excellency, the Deputy Governor of Benue State, Barrister Dr. Sam Ode MNI, my Lord President Customary Court of Appeal, who is ably represented here today, Honorable Justice Cosmos Onda C.J. OFR, Honorable members of the Benue State House of Assembly here present, members of the Benue State Executive and Security Council, honorable special advisors, His Royal Majesty Professor James Otesiozo Ayatse, CFR, the Baal Tiv, Totiv, who is represented here today by the Tulubi, His Royal Highness Anagende, His Royal Majesty John Eliagu Adogbo Bagaji, the Ochidama, CON, my Lords, Judges of High Courts, Customary Courts of Appeal, Chairmen, Members of Statutory Commissions and Boards, Principal Private Secretary to the Governor of Benue State, Permanent Secretaries and Directors, Clerk of the Benue State House of Assembly, Registrars of High Courts and Customary Courts of Appeal, Heads of Extra-Ministerial Departments and Parastatals, Academia, Labor Leaders, Captains of Industry, Chief Executives, Officers of Banks and other financial institutions, Your Royal Highnesses, First Class, Second Class, and Third Class Chiefs, my Lords, Bishops, and all clergy here present, all media groups here present, my dear brothers and sisters, and other associations, groups, and organizations and unions here present, distinguished invited guests, gentlemen of the press, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. My name is Solomon Yopave. I am the technical advisor to the Benue State Governor on Media, Publicity and Strategic Communication, and I'll be your anchor at this town hall meeting today. Today is rounding off of the program that began last week when a team that was led by the guest I introduced earlier on, Dr. Omeri and His Excellency Honorable Labaran Maku, led a team of journalists across Nigeria from Zone C, Zone B, and Zone A to take a look at the programs, activities, and projects of His Excellency. And today is that day when we round it off with a town hall meeting where opinions of others will also be listened to and these reports will be presented. It is therefore my great honor to welcome, first of all, to the microphone to tell us firsthand his witness as he went around the state, the former Director General of the National Orientation Agency, Dr. Mike Omeri. A warm round of applause for him as he takes his place here to provide his report in the next 5 minutes before we proceed. Let's make the applause louder, ladies and gentlemen. Let's make it louder. May I bring to your attention again that this broadcast is live around the globe on NTA and TVC televisions. Thank you.
Your Excellency, the Deputy Governor of Benue State, members, honorable commissioners and members of the State Executive Council, members of the State Assembly, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, permit me to adopt the programs already established and introduce distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. First and foremost, as Chairman, Chief Executive of Timbuktu Media Solutions, or Timbuktu Services, We engage in a number of activities: advocacy, policy, and strategy. And one of what we do is what we just did: to go around, assess, and encourage. We are not here for politics, we are here for development. We are here to see how government is getting to the people who are owners of democracy and owners of government. Your Excellency, our visits started, we've been here for about 11 days. And we went to Zone E, our first port of call. Is it Zone C? Zone C. We were in Zone C. We went as far as the road from Igumale to Ado. We went to the other road to Oju. We also went to Otobi Waterworks to see how the place is. We'll come back someday, hopefully, to see how it will be transformed. We have seen green areas for agriculture. We have seen a number of determined efforts for progress. We have seen a few schools and health centers in Otukpo. We went to Akpegede and have seen an ongoing project there. And believe me, ladies and gentlemen, Benue State is a land of possibilities. Nobody should tell you that you have potentials. You have gone beyond potentials. That is why you are Benue State. You have possibilities. There is everything you need to get what you want, to empower your people and become the shining example of progress in the Middle Belt. And we have seen that the governor, Dr. Reverend Father Dr. Hyacinth Yomem Alia, is introducing a new model of leadership to enhance good governance and service delivery. If half of what we see is accomplished within time, within budget, I am sure that Benue will be on the road to fulfilling its possibilities within the Nigerian space. And our governor, with the governor of Benue State, of course, if I say our governor, you will understand with me, because personally I come from Kiana, which is a neighboring local government, and I have in-laws here. I have, the Idoma speaking people. We are both Kororofa people, so we have connections. So I can come here and claim citizenship of Benue State, and you will not drive me. And ladies and gentlemen, we also visited some roads around Ihu to Ahuara, sorry, let me put my glasses. Ahuara. And we also went to Adipo and some other areas and have seen some efforts in Konde and, 14 kilometers here, 16 kilometers there, linking communities. That is essential and that is important. Ladies and gentlemen, let me stop here because Labaran Maku, the Honorable Headmaster, will come and give, Headmaster indeed, because he was a teacher and he was promoted Headmaster of the primary school in his village before he left to. So he will come and give a global picture of what we've seen. Like, we will tell you exactly what, we are not going to say Father Alia did what he didn't do. We will say what we saw. Ours is to encourage you, to support the process, and achieve the progress that our people need. This is the time. There is too much politics in the air. Let's redirect our focus to delivering on development. This is key because this is the purpose of government. I want to thank you, Your Excellency, and the Honorable Commissioners, and all those who are supporting the government to do what it is doing. Let me invite the Honorable Maku, right?
Thank you very much for tuning to NTA. This is just the speech by Mr. Michael Mary, the Chief Executive Officer of Timbuktu Services Limited, organizers of the town hall meeting currently ongoing at the old banquet hall at the government house. We are pleased to have you joined in our studio in the old government banquet hall for the town hall meeting put together by the Timbuktu Services Limited in collaboration with Office of the Technical Advisor on Media, Publicity and Strategic Communication. This is Labaran Mako, one of the key members of the Timbuktu Media Services Limited, organizers of the town hall meeting, who is about to present his speech. They have been in Makurdi, the Benue State capital, and have not just Benue State capital. They've been around the three senatorial districts of the state, touring around and going to see visible projects executed by the governor of Benue State, Right Reverend Dr. Hyacinth Alia. They've been in the state for the past 3 days. They have been going around seeing projects, carrying out an assessment of all what the governor has done. Labaran Mako was one-time former Minister of Information and Culture.
Your Excellency, the Executive Governor of Benue State, Reverend Dr. Hyacinth Alia, ably represented by my brother, His Excellency, the Deputy Governor of Benue State, Honorable Sam Ode, my colleague in the Federal Executive Council. Members of Benue State Executive Council, special advisors, Director General of Agencies and Development of Government, Your Royal Highnesses, our traditional rulers, distinguished government functionaries at all levels, distinguished citizens of Benue State, our women, our youth, members of the civil society organizations who are present in this hall, my colleague reporters, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. I'm highly delighted to return to Benue State on another tour of government programs and efforts by democracy to impact the lives of our people. You will recall that in 2013, I came here as City Minister of Information on a national good governance tour under the then Governor Suswam. I went around this whole state, virtually all nooks and crannies of Benue State, to report what I saw, the effort being made by the then administration to improve the lives of the people. This is over 10 years now, and government is a continuum. Different administrations have come and gone. We are now in a new era of yet another governor elected by the people of Benue State. This time around, a Reverend Father at that, the second Reverend Father to assume the leadership of our state after the late Reverend Father Adasu. We must congratulate the people of Benue State for bringing forth servants of God to join all the politicians to provide leadership for the state. As you all know, democracy is everybody's business. It does not matter your profession. You can be a tailor. You can be a headmaster like me. You can be a farmer. You could be a doctor, an academic. It is your right to participate in politics. Government of the people, by the people, and for the people. All professionals are invited to participate in politics. I know how the church used to think that politics is not for the people of God. And so most of the time, people believe that the politics is too dirty for everybody to participate. But you know, Christ came and died. He came and went through all kinds of places to bring up people. I therefore think it is important that everybody in society should take interest in politics. I must congratulate Governor Alia for taking the courage to step from the pulpit onto the soapbox. This indeed is something that everybody is watching around the nation to see how God will use him to impact the people of Benue State. So when he asked us to come and take a look at what he's doing, it was our conviction that we must come. As you know, I'm first and foremost a reporter, a journalist. It is from that journalism that I rose to be what I have been in our country. From Commissioner for Information to Deputy Governor to Minister of Information and Communication and Minister of Defense. God gave me the privilege to go through this. Together with my brother Sam Ode, we were in the federal cabinet of President Goodluck Jonathan. Now we are here on the different dispensation. Now, Dr. Mary and I, and quite a number of journalists in the country, have been concerned about the approach of journalism to reporting democracy. Most of the time, what we report is often about quarrels between politicians. This party will run down that party will bring down that personality, because there is a contest. Everybody wants to come and sit on the seat. And so politicians of necessity will compete, will quarrel, will disagree, will dispute. That is the normal process of democracy. It's all over the world. You saw it in the just concluded election in the United States last year. So, in other words, democracy is a game of disputation, quarrels, argument between different factions of the political class contending for power. But the most important thing about democracy is the people at the grassroots. The people who may not even speak the kind of English we speak at this level. The people may just understand the Gede, they don't know it, they have never had any word in English. The people may just understand thieves in the localities of Benue State, Uedomo, Wagatu. They will never be able to make it to government house. For example, our governor will stay here for maybe 4 years, 8 years, depending on the will of the people. There are people in his village that will never come to his office because they don't know the road here. Now we, as reporters, our duty is to draw attention to what government is doing at the grassroots to live the life of our people. And that is why we agree on a program to continue to tour development, to go around the nation, to see what politicians are doing. We are here as development reporters because we believe the most important thing about government is the development, the impact in changing the life of ordinary people. When this is not done, democracy loses its essence. It loses its own meaning. And that is why we have agreed, look, while we the politicians will quarrel and struggle and fight, let us the reporters, let's come down and see what is it that's being done in the midst of quarrels, in the midst of dispute, elections, what is being done for the ordinary people. That is the reason why we have now decided to ensure that this national governance program which we did in government should not be left there. We need to come out, completely out of government control, to be able to establish a platform where journalists from across the nation can come and monitor development. Because in the end, politicians will come and go. The most important thing is that the people remain. When a road is done, it's not a APC road. It is no longer Labour Party road. It is not PDP road. It is the road for everybody to follow. And that is why we encourage people to focus on development. Now we're here in Benue State in continuation of that vision we saw long ago. that this democracy must deliver services to the people. It must meet and address the needs of ordinary people. It is very important that we never lose sight of why government is in place to secure the lives of people and provide development across sectors. Now when we came, I want to thank His Excellency the Deputy Governor. He received us. We met with the officials of government, the cabinet and directors, people that are responsible for carrying out the programs of Governor Alia. We met, we discussed with them, and said we'll be going around to see some of the things that we have had. We want to go around and see what is happening. How is the governor trying to advance the cause of development? Now, democracy works on three pillars. You have the executive, you have the legislature, and you also have the judiciary. All these are different forms of the same administration. They work in synchrony to deliver services, ensure justice, ensure liberty for the people. And that is why when we came, we tried to go around to see at different levels. Let me say here that we saw that His Excellency Reverend Father Dr. Alia has a passion to develop Benue State. And in doing so, he has tried to make interventions of what we have seen in different theaters. And I think the first focus of his administration, as we have seen, is infrastructure delivery. We have seen that. As Dr. Mary was trying to explain, we may not be able to speak the Tiv language or Egede or Edoma or Agatu or any of the villages we go, but we've seen that there is an effort to intervene to provide infrastructure for the people of Benue State. Now, His Excellency has initiated a network of roads in the state. Particularly, we saw in Makurdi an attempt at urban renewal. And we have seen, we went through some roads in the city, in the GRA, in different parts of Makurdi. A lot of those roads have been completed. And they are looking fairly good. We went to the Makurdi underpass, that's what they call it. It's a major road junction that the government is doing to maybe to stop, to ease transportation, avoid accidents, and to increase, it's like the business district of Makurdi. We saw a lot of banks and infrastructure around it. And that really is a very good project, and the road network in Makurdi. Our belief is that each of the 36 capitals should end up as modern cities, an economic hub for the surrounding region. If you go abroad to great cities like the United States, you'll find that some state economy are above many. I think California has the 4th largest economy in the world by GDP. California. Here in Lagos, you'll find that if you put Lagos on the average, Lagos is either number 5 or 6 economy in Africa. So you see, in other words, if every state focuses on transforming its state capital and local government headquarters, you will become an economic hub. Services, will come from there. Investors will come, set up, and meet the needs of the surrounding communities. So we believe that if Governor Alia continues in the network of roads in Makurdi to turn this city into a modern city, every government has been doing its business 1999 and even beyond that. But the development of a country is a continuum. It does not stop. He's trying to add value, to increase the road network, make them motorable, and make this capital a modern capital city that will make life easier for people. We don't need to go to Abuja or stay in Lagos. If your state capital is good, we will want to leave Abuja to come and holiday here. That is the way it is in all advanced countries. So we have seen here in Makurdi a resurgent and determined effort by the governor to improve the road network in Makurdi and make this city a modern city for the people of Benue State. We have seen that as we went around the city. Now, we also, in Boko, we saw another underpass road in Boko and some roads in that area, including the road that passes through from the governor's village down back to Calabar Road. We went through those roads and we saw that they are very good and a network of other rural roads. You know, the reality is that Benue State is a land of agriculture, a land of rural people who engage in agricultural production in different places. What we saw, because it's important that we don't just focus on the state capital, because if you focus alone on the state capital, what you have in the end, that there will be a population migration from the rural areas onto the state capital. And that is not what we want. We want to be able to get services down to the grassroots so that people can remain where they are and live their life comfortably, produce at the rural areas, and supply the city and the rest of the state with the services we need. So those road networks that we saw, please, we are calling on the state government, His Excellency, the Deputy Governor, it will be good to pay attention. It's important that we work with those contractors to see that those roads are executed and delivered. Executed, and there are different levels of work. But the most important thing, as you know, is that when you start a project, try to deliver it so that the benefits of the investment will add up to improve the life of the people and increase the productivity of the people of Benue State and eventually the GDP of the state. Now, we also saw here in Makurdi, for example, a determined effort by the governor to impact on health services. We went to Benue State University Teaching Hospital. Now, we saw some very, very important interventions there, which are new projects, because I was there in 2013. I also visited Benue State University. This time, we saw a cancer center under construction. A cancer center. Now, according to the Chief Medical Director of Benue State University Teaching Hospital, say cancer is about the third cause of death around the world and even in our country. A lot of people die of cancer. Why is this so? Because we don't have enough care. We don't have enough cancer, the capacity, infrastructure, medical capacity to treat cancer. Now, as you see, that cancer center, apart from the National Hospital in Abuja, may be the only other center in the north central of Nigeria. And we saw it, we saw work being done, and the oncologist there, he said they are faithful that by the end, early next year, that center will be functional. Please, we are calling on His Excellency and the government to put every effort they can in ensuring that that steady flow of resources to ensure that center is delivered. Because the surrounding states will be coming here for cancer treatment. If you can do that and deliver it, honestly, it will be a wonderful thing. All the hospitals in Benue State, the center we saw, according to the hospital management, that center will be able to procure drugs directly from manufacturers. The problem we have is getting a genuine drug, whether it's from malaria or dysentery or fever. It is getting a genuine drug in our chemists. Now, being able to procure drugs that will be supervised to ensure that those drugs are authentic will save a lot of lives. There are many people whom go to hospitals or to local clinics, they are given drugs, and the drug is said become the source of death. So they buy problem upon the one they took to hospital. Now we want to see that center is completed and the drugs procured by experts directly from manufacturer at cheaper cost. And they say it's a revolving fund. According to them, His Excellency had given 2 billion naira towards that program to buy drugs. They will sell, of course. They will recover the money, and the drug will continue, the fund will continue to evolve to provide more medicine for people across Benue State. Again, that's a very, very good project that we have seen. We saw the Center for Special Diseases that has been built, which was the third intervention in that place. Again, there are specialized cases, autism and other kind of diseases where expertise in Nigeria is very limited. And most of the time, people take their children to London, to America, to India. Now, they want to provide for those special cases, some diabetic cases that Lassa fever, again, when it comes, people will be struggling where to go. So they want a center where there is an outbreak of diseases that are very difficult to manage. You will be prepared to handle them. And when children are born with special cases that need early intervention to save their lives and make them normal, that is the center the governor has set up in the teaching hospital to provide services for the specialized medical services for the children and people of Benue State. Now, those 3 centers we saw are also things we want to say, let the government ensure that they are virtually ready. It's just a matter of now funding, stocking them, and getting them to operate. Again, we saw a VIP medical infrastructure being set up in Benue University Teaching Hospital. I understand that there's a lot of medical tourism of people moving from here to go abroad, for treatment. We saw a special unit in the teaching hospital which is being made for VIPs. There are people that maybe they have a very important visitor to Benue State. It could be the president. It could be fellow governors who will come and they suddenly fall sick and you are struggling. You wonder where to take them. Again, they are building a center there. We saw it. I believe that if they can complete it, plus the water works in the teaching hospital, they are building a special water work by River Benue to supply independent water supply to the teaching hospital. Please, we urge Your Excellency, the Deputy Governor, and His Excellency, the Governor, and all those involved to work hard to ensure that they deliver on those services. Now, going from there, we went into, Benue State is, you call yourselves, or we call you, the nation call you the bread basket, the food basket of Nigeria. Now, we saw an effort by the governor to provide some mechanized services to the people. We saw a tractor assembly plant here, working together with the private sector, and a company from India. We saw it under the Office of Wealth Creation Director General. They have been able to establish. We went there. We saw tractors that are already assembled, and those that are under, in the process of being assembled, to be provided to provide mechanized agro services to farmers at the grassroots. I'm told the governor has a special program of making sure ordinary farmers have access to those tractors. Now, again, that for me is a good program because it will increase the capacity of our farmers to increase food production, not just for the people of Benue State, but also for the nation as a whole. So we saw that, and it's indeed a very good intervention. Now, in terms of industry, we saw the Benue State investment. Yes, the Benue State Investment and Property Company. They took us to a number of commercial ventures that they are starting to boost economic activities and employment in the state. And interestingly, we went to 2 water works, and honestly, from what we saw, and we saw a lot of people lined up buying, water for the people. Those ventures cannot fail if you stand by them and they're already in production. Then they took us to 2 bakeries that the BRB PC have set up. And we saw quite a number of people, women lined up, youth, buying bread for distribution. And I think, again, that the kind of intervention that can quickly connect with cassava, with rice that you produce in Benue, the next challenge will be for the government to set up, create the fund to establish a flour mill so that the products, the ingredients for that bread should not come from anywhere. It should come from the farmers of Benue State for backward integration to increase, the development of our state. We also went to an orange processing plant, which again is being established by the state government. They are almost at the point of, takeoff. Now, these interventions will create jobs, will provide services, will backward integration for people who are in farming to increase the wealth of the people of Benue State. We also went to a beer brewery. We went to a brewery on the Ziba, is it? Because in the Second Republic it used to be more. Now we went to Ziba. Again, these 4 or 5 projects now established in 2 years are commendable. Now you have to put your eyes on the ball. But what I will say here is that we have seen this in the past. We saw more. When I came here, I went to another fruit processing plant under Suswan. They call it Terrago processing plant. Now you can see it's not active now. Now, what I will advise the government of Benue State, let these factories never remain under government control. If they do, after 1 or 2, 3 governments, they will collapse. Because there is a problem with government managing things like that. Everybody, Governor Alia has good intention now. He has employed competent people who are managing now. You don't know what will happen next. So the best thing is to prepare a program to float them. People buy shares and transfer them under private sector control. And then government can own shares and then take the profit from those factories. The most important thing is to, flag off industrialization. Government has the resources to put, and then you leave them back to the people to manage so that they become real businesses that will continue to add value. I must not, we went to Benue Transport Company, Benue Link. We saw also some very good intervention. We saw the premises paved, and then we saw quite a fleet of vehicles that have been bought to beef up, to ease the transport situation, especially in the light of the subsidy withdrawal and so on. And so I must say that we saw those projects. The Benue Link company, especially given the cost, is very, very important that you keep it going. Finally, I must say that we believe that 2 years is half time. So the governor has to push to make sure that, one, most of the projects under construction are completed. It will add value to the people of Benue State. Then we must ensure that we expand the intervention to every nook and cranny. More intervention in Zone C, more intervention in Zone A. One of the challenge of government is balance, to make sure that you carry everybody along and you distribute opportunities and resources evenly so that people from all the 3 senatorial districts will rise, as one person, as a united front, to ensure the unity and development of Benue State. Let me emphasize here, we are here under some stories of insecurity. And let me say it here. Security is a challenge in Benue State, in Nasarawa State, in Taraba State, in Plateau State, in Southern Kaduna, in Niger, in Katsina, in Zamfara, in Kebbi, in the whole of the Northeast. It has become endemic. Let me say that as a son of this zone, North Central Nigeria, I'm appealing, using this platform, to appeal to our people This is the period where you have to be sensitive, work together, cooperate with security agencies and the government to ensure that when something happens, you nip it in the bud. But over and above this, the federal government has a responsibility to us as a people to secure this region, because if North Central Nigeria continues to be destabilized, nobody will improve the Nigerian economy, because the food that sustains this nation comes from this zone. We must take special interest in the security of this zone. It's been going on like this for a while. I know the effort, the kind of expenditure state governments are spending in supporting police, supporting army, supporting security, buying vehicles. We need to bring this insecurity to a close. And this can be done by the federal government standing up, because we must stand up, security agencies must stand up and put it. There's no way that these people will be stronger than our security forces. We need to make sure we stand up and bring it to an end, because that is what is going to lead to sustainable development of Benue State and North Central Nigeria. Thank you very much indeed. As I said, this is the beginning of our visit. We'll be coming hopefully again, after a year or so, to see what the disclosure on the project has been listed. And these activities are occurring: primary education, healthcare, all of it. There are interventions that we have seen. We are praying that the government will put its eyes on the ball and ensure that we move and complete those initiatives that have started, because abandoned projects is a major problem in Nigeria. We should start what we are able to finish, so that in the end we add value to the people of Benue State. Thank you indeed for your attention. It's your state. We are simply here to report what we have seen, and we are available everywhere we go. We're interested in the reporting development. Please double up, commissioners, everybody in government, and the people, to live to it. If a government fails, it is too terrible. When a government fails, living standards come down, people die, there are all kinds of crises. Every government should succeed. That is our prayer. And then we'll be moving forward as a nation. Thank you very much for the attention you have given to us.
That was Labaran Maku, former Minister of Information and Culture and one of the chief executives of the Timbuktu Media Solutions Limited that have put together this town hall meeting. His Excellency, the Deputy Governor of Benue State, just giving a handshake to Mr. Labaran Maku. He is standing in for the Executive Governor of Benue State, Reverend Dr. Elia, who is unavoidably absent, but is being expected. This town hall meeting has brought people from all walks of life to have an interface with the Executive Governor of Benue State, Reverend Dr. Father Elia. Seated at the high table is the Deputy Governor of Benue State, Dr. Samude Labaran Maku, commissioners, and senior government officials. Also, participants at the town hall meeting includes local government council chairmen across the 20 local government areas of Benue State, members of the Benue State House of Assembly, heads of ministries, departments, and agencies, traditional rulers, captains of industry, labor union groups, Muslim and Christian clerics, youth, women, and market groups associations, High Court judges, retired judges of Benue State, cultural groups, members of the National Union of Road Transport Workers, amongst others. So you could see that the town hall meeting held at the old banquet hall of the Government House Makurdi today cut across every strata of the society. And like I tell you, it is more or less an interactive session where the governor rolls out his activities, achievements, and plans in the years ahead, while he sits and gets feedback from the people. People ask questions and also get explanations from gray areas. Commissioner for Transport and Energy, Barrister Omale, is on the podium to make a speech.
Executive Governor of Benue State, Reverend Dr. Hyacinth Emelia, now represented by his amiable Deputy Governor, Chief Dr. Sam Ode Emenai. All protocols duly observed, with special tributes to the traditional fathers, the Ochidom Agabaidu, and the representative of Toti. My name is Omale Omale, Commissioner for Power, Renewable Energy and Transport in the Benue State Government, led by Reverend Dr. Hyacinth Onyemalia. The ministry for us is a new ministry established or set up by this administration to align state policy to national thoughts. Ministry of Power became necessary following the unbundling of power sector in Nigeria, and then allowing for states to set up their energy market and then open up electricity or granting energy access to the people of the state. Again, to pay special attention to the transport sector in Benue State, it became necessary for the government to excise the Directorate of Transportation from the then Ministry of Works and Transport to now warehouse it with Ministry of Power, Renewable Energy. We have, under the watch of his governor, through his support, been able to set up a policy framework for power sector in Benue State as well as the transport sector in Benue State. When the governor assumed office, he saw the need to light up the town, and then under the Ministry of Science, Tech and Energy, there was this intervention that Chief Yope spoke of, that as you move through our urban city at night, phase 1 of it has lighted up Makurdi, and phase 2 of it is carefully drawn up to reach out to the suburb. And again, to bridge up energy assets, the government has also graciously caused intervention in network expansion that we have done, working closely with Just Electricity Distribution Company that now inform the relatively stable power for the people of Benue State for commercial and domestic use. And again, to strengthen transport services for the people of Benue State, the government under Yonem Alia saw the need again to strengthen the then moribund Benue links, to using it as a model sample for transport sector in Benue State. Promptly, there was that intervention of 100 buses that now stabilizes the prices of transportation within and outside Benue State. We have also introduced logistics intervention following incessant report of missing loads or luggages of commuters. So if you go to Benue links, we now have logistics arms that ferry goods from one point to another. As if that is not enough, we have also explored intercity fleet services, wherein smaller taxis are now deployed to Benue links for those who want VIP services within and outside Makurdi. And in the transport sector too, I'm pleased to inform us that we are desirous of exploring all the means of transportation there are in Benue State, leveraging on River Benue that is here with us. As the water upscale, we will be deploying the fleets that we already got. We have acquired 4 fiberglass boats to extend to the waterways so that we can explore water transportation. That we are committed to bring to fruition as we hit the month of June. Ladies and gentlemen, it is our privilege again as a government to extending and coordinating transport-related activities for the state government, procure and secure a state-owned terminal or transport terminal at the center city of Nigeria, Abuja. As we speak now, Benue State government have our own state terminal from where we have take our transport business to every part of the country. Yes, on a very serious note, let me reassure the people of Benue State that when we came, there were skeletal air services that went extinct. We have had discussion with top air operators, and we have their commitment that in no distant time we will also reopen the air travel for the people of Benue State so as to cause the right traction. That is a commitment of the Benue State government, and we are sure the people of Benue State and Nigeria that as the government drive to open up investment corridor for us in Benue State, air transport will also be made available. And finally, in an effort to bridge energy gap, The Benue State government have also gone into partnership with the Rural Electrification Agency of Nigeria, where EHAT program was unveiled. It's a program targeted at energizing health sector, energizing agricultural sector, energizing our rural community education, and the transport sector respectively. It's going to be a counterpart fund, and the Benue State have secured a desk for a roundtable conversation where investors will be driving. The counterpart component of that, again, we enjoy the commitment of the Benue State government to make do, and as soon as that is done, 25 community will be intervened, and then power will be made available in the area of health, education, agriculture, and transportation. Ladies and gentlemen, from the Ministry of Power, Renewable Energy, and Transport, this has been the intervention so far so good under these 2 years, under the watch of His Excellency Reverend Dr. Hyacinth Yonemelia. As a very big thank you to you.
Can we make the applause louder than that? The man speaks like a future senator. It's our prayer for you that before 2095, you'll become that senator. Ladies and gentlemen, we're moving forward now. And the program has just been changed. We're going to have the presentation done serially for all of us. And then during the question and answer sessions from the crowd, whatever concerns any ministry, those concerned will give answers for it. In the meantime, ladies and gentlemen, it is a great honor for me to introduce you a man who is legally enlightened across all the strata of law in the world. The former special advisor in this same state, the former minister of state in this same country, and now the honorable deputy governor of Benue State, and by the grace of God, for many more things to come in the future. His Excellency Barrister Dr. Samode MNI. Please, let's be seated. Thank you, kindly.
You know, the technical advisor to the governor has become a prophet. So if you are lucky, you will prophesy in your case like the Honorable Commissioner for Power. I want to stand on the existing protocols because we have kept our royal fathers here waiting for such a long time. Your Royal Majesty, Ochidama, we apologize for keeping you and your traditional council members, the representative of the Totiv, and other classes of traditional rulers with us in the house here. The major anchor of this program is my colleague, my senior colleague. He was deputy governor before me. And then we went to the Executive Council of the Federation. There, Labara Maku was the one who championed the Association of Ministers of State. And part of the agenda of that group was to complain about the marginalization of ministers of state. In a short while, he became the Minister of Information. And that was the end of that association. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, great Benue citizens, I have the honor to represent His Excellency Reverend Father Dr. Hyacinth Yonemelia at this interactive session because as we speak now, he is at the main auditorium of Benue State University, now known as Reverend Father Moses Osho Adasu University in Makurdi here, where a colloquium is being conducted in his honor. And so I will convey to this town hall meeting a few of the achievements of this administration, which of course is going to be 2 years in office tomorrow. When you allow Labaran Maku to speak, it is difficult for you to have any other thing to say. In the Nigerian political space, he's second only to Professor Jerry Ghana. The government sent apologies, and it's likely he will join us here before the end of this session. Here are some of the achievements of the administration of His Excellency Reverend Father Hyacinth Yomem Alia in the last 2 years. Infrastructure. We have over 26 roads that constitute a network of roads within the Makurdi metropolis, and this range from the ones in New GRA to Adeke to Achusa, Wurukum, North Bank, and High Level. We have 2 major underpasses ongoing simultaneously, one at High Level and the other at the Gado Junction in Boko. We have the ongoing construction of Obarike Ito to Adum East to Oju Road, a total of 35 kilometers. This is ongoing. We have the ongoing construction of Bawa to Bakotiam, Adikbo, Calabar Road with a spur to Medi, Mbera, Bako in Vanica local government. This is again 34 kilometers. We have the ongoing construction of Akazwa Mwemwe, Badede Road in Vanica local government. We have the rehabilitation of the Captain Down Street, which is 4.6 kilometers, ongoing in Boko local government area. We have the ongoing construction of Nkesti Anzwa Road. This is 553 meters in Boko. Among others, we have the construction of the Tse Adi Road, 2.6 kilometers. We have the construction of the Tumota Road in Boko, 4.10 kilometers. We have Manyam Unongo Adikbo Road, 22.5 kilometers. That is in Kwande local government area of the state. Also ongoing are the construction of the Obagaji to Okoklo, Agagbe Road. This road is 43.5 kilometers and covers Agatu and Gwewes local governments. The value of this contract is about 29.8 billion. We have also the Igumale to Aguila Road, which is 31.2 kilometers and valued at 19 billion. Now, we have also the ongoing construction of the Adipo to Koti, your Vanica, with a spur to Tsemke, 33 kilometers. This is between Vanica and Kwande local government areas of the state. We have the ongoing construction of the Ushongo to Bem, which is 16.5 kilometers, covering Ushongo and Vanica local government areas of the state. We have the ongoing construction of Ateku to Akpai, which is 32 kilometers in Zombi, Boko local government. We have the ongoing construction of Itioanye Road, which is in Buruku, 20 kilometers. We have the ongoing construction of the Vanica Konya to Wesi, 33 kilometers, and it cuts across Vanica and Kosha local government area of the state. We also have the ongoing construction of Tsechenge, Abua, Dagba Road, 23 kilometers in Vandika local government area of the state. We have also the construction of Dagba Adangbechi Road, 28 kilometers. We have the award of over 50 roads across the 3 local government areas of the state. That is in the area of road infrastructure. As much as possible, this session is going to be interactive, and that is why we scaled down the participation of honorable commissioners. We want them to be able to answer questions from those who are participating at this event, so that we don't bore you with the executive only talking about the event here. In the area of housing, we have the remodeling of the Benue House of Assembly Clinic with state-of-art amenities, which is for the benefit of our assembly members and other staff of the local government, the Assembly Service Commission. That complex is also open to the public. We have the renovation and the furnishing of the State Secretariat, which was built by the AKU administration. If you go there, the story has changed. The place is wearing a new look. Quite a lot of automation has also been done to make the building not only an edifice, but that which is functional for the performance of government business. We have the renovation of the government house complex, which is ongoing. We have the renovation of the Upper Aku Stadium, which has been transformed now into a continental masterpiece that will host international football competitions. We also have the award of contract for the rehabilitation of the Deputy Governor's Lodge, which has just been awarded, and contractors are already processing the payment to continue work, to commence work. We have the remodeling into a modern structure, the assembly complex, which is standing right behind us in Government House here. We have the ongoing construction of the earlier ultra-modern conference hall at the State Emergency Management Agency. This edifice is already at 95% completion. The Light Up Makurdi project is one of the key achievements of this administration, and it has converted our state capital into a 24-hour economy. The other day, I was moving around inspecting projects at night, and I saw a carpenter around the Federal Medical Center who was working under the lights at about 1 a.m. in the morning. And so it has also improved the security and the well-being of those who reside within the capital. It is the plan of government that will spread the Light Up project to all the headquarters of our local governments in the 23 local government areas of the state. In the health sector, we are indeed doing that which has not been done before. Our Federal Medical Center, our Benue State University Teaching Hospital today is a reference point for healthcare delivery across the Nigerian nation states today. First and foremost, in a bid to ensure effective study and service delivery, His Excellency was the first in Nigeria to implement the revised medical residency training fund in 2023 for resident doctors at the revised rate. We also introduced the medical bond scheme for medical students of the School of Health Science, Benue State University, by approving 100,000 naira per student. We also have approved the sum of 100,000 naira to be paid to all youth corpers in the medical sector who choose to serve in Benue State here. Indeed, we have also opened and commenced full clinical services at the Muhammadu Buhari Mother and Child Hospital to reduce maternal mortality rates in the state and also to offer free medical services to women and children below the age of 5. We have connected the hospital facilities at the teaching hospital to the 33 kVA for power supply and to complete the installation of the 300 kVA solar panel for the hospital to guarantee all the electricity supply. We also have a total overhaul and a renovation of the structures at the Benue State University Teaching Hospital, including all the wards and departments and the doctor's quarters. Upgrading of some units and departments to international standards, including facilities and equipment, have also been completed. Ladies and gentlemen, talking about improved staff welfare, we have, in the short time we are in government, successfully promoted all staff and paid all allowances that were outstanding. We have also successfully employed over 500 new staff in the health sector to augment the workforce to meet up with the increased customer demand for healthcare services within the state. The equipments that we have bought and installed at the teaching hospital include, but not limited to, a new dialysis unit in isolation complex with 2 functional new machines, the newly installed eco-friendly and smokeless incinerator, newly installed eco-friendly and smokeless incinerator number 2. Additionally, we have procured and installed the chemiluminescent for special tests too. We have purchased the ECU to 110 electrosurgical generator for O&G department. We have purchased and installed latest UPS to radiology department. We have installation of 27 television sets and decoders for patients who are in-house. We have refurbished manual smoky incinerator number 2. The CT scan at the hospital, the machine has been repaired and is fully functional and has been put to use. We have cut off all leakages and conduits of inefficient, money-consuming channels. A total overhaul and restructuring of nutrition block into a more spacious office accommodation for the upgrading of school of biomedical engineering and health services is also functioning. We have ensured the accreditation visit of 4 departments. We have plans that are underway to ensure the effective primary healthcare delivery system in the state through the renovation and upgrade of primary healthcare centers across Benue State. The one Dr. Mary mentioned in Akpegede is one of them. In the transport sector, I believe that the Honorable Commissioner has done justice to that particular aspect. But I also want to inform us here that we are exploiting and exploring possibilities of going into renewable energy to power our vehicles with electricity and also gas. This is to make for clean energy that will be friendly to the environment. The Benue State University, as you know, has expanded academic programs and, of course, the physical space. We have established in the last 11 months a Faculty of Pharmaceutical Sciences, Faculty of Architecture, on of BSc Mass Communication Programs, Faculty of Technology and Industrial Studies, restoration of scholarship to students of College of Health Sciences, 100,000 Naira bond scheme to balance their learning and further commit the 2 services of the state under mandatory training. Payment of outstanding salaries arrears from April 2023 that became a source of constant agitation by unionists in the sector. Restoration of full salary subvention to the School of Health Sciences to stop the shortfall arising from government allocations for payment of staff salaries for almost a year. the upgrading of ICT facilities in the university for the training of 10,000 youth in the state. We have completed 10,000 so far. We are already procuring another 10,000 youth to be trained in the ICT sector. It will interest you to know that this second tranche of 10,000 is just part of the 50,000 youth training facility that has been approved by the Benue State Executive Council. The Bureau for Education and Quality Assurance. His Excellency, Reverend Father Dr. Hyacinth Yomem Alia, has allocated 15% of the 2024-2025 budget to education, even more than 7%, which is what you have at the federal level. We have built and furnished the Bureau for Education Quality Assurance, BECA, to promote a conducive work environment and to regulate and enforce quality in the education sector within Benue State. We have domesticated the 934 system of education in alignment with the Federation and other subnationals. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, in the area of economy, commerce, and wealth, Igumale all the way to Agila. The last time that road, the first time that road was constructed was in the Aku administration. It was constructed between Utukpo down to Igumale and it terminated there. Your Royal Highness Adonene is here and he knows that. Now, subsequent administrations made efforts to improve on the road. The Susam administration also did some work. But the road is still in a deplorable condition. But between Igumale and Agila, we have never had 100 meters of tarred road before. We awarded that contract and it is 19 billion. So in the whole of Zone C, I've awarded contracts worth 75 billion naira so far as we speak. The Otobi Water Works, which was awarded by the Suswam administration, was completed and the contractor was being owed some money. So he refused to hand over that plant to government for the use of the people. When we came to government, we identified that need, and so far we have approved, the Executive Council has approved the payment of 1.5 billion to the contractor. The money has been released by the Ministry of Finance. I'm saying this as a matter of fact. And I know that the contractors in the days ahead are going to complete that plant and hand it over. They are moving to site tomorrow. That's what the commissioner is saying. Additionally, another 500 and something million was also allocated for partial reticulation of Otukpo Township. We expect that all of this will take place starting from tomorrow. So I want to say that no part of this state will be marginalized. The Otukpo Bond Bricks is within Zone C and it is going to be constructed. During the last convocation of the Benue State University, now Reverend Father Moses Osho at Adasu University, the governor made a pronouncement and it is on record. The Commissioner of Education is here. He's also a reverend gentleman. A campus of the Benue State University is going to be established in Benue South Senatorial District, also known as Zone C. We are going to consult with His Royal Majesty the Ochidoma. He knows that I have spoken to him about it before. I will sit with the traditional rulers and we are going to decide where we will locate that campus of the BSU in Zone C. As we speak, the Katinala Water Scheme, which was awarded at the same time with the one at Otobi, the Benue State Executive Council had already voted money to pay also for that particular plant. But because of the intervention of the governor, Hyperdeck has already concluded arrangements to take over, maintain, and run that plant that is in Katsina local government. On the issue of the reticulation of water in Makurdi here, Your Royal Highness, Adonai asks that we should continue to do phased reticulation of water supply in the township. Your Royal Highness, that is the plan of government. When the plant we have here, the Greater Makurdi Water Works, was commissioned, it was constructed by Gilmore Nigeria Limited. We brought in CGC, which did part of the reticulation to some parts of the state. That's why in GRA here and environs, that reticulation is ongoing. But we are right now in a conversation with Gilmore and the CGC to continue to face the reticulation of water in the township. And part of the plan is that the company will do the reticulation. We will also engage them to collect water rates so that whatever you install meters in individual houses and industrial businesses and commercial businesses, so that as they supply you water, you pay a token of money for the services that are provided. The gentleman on the right here, he said, what are the effects of the killing by bandits and headers on the economic activities in the state? Your question is one of the most important questions so far. The Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, in its opening schedule, says that the purpose of government is the security and the welfare of the people. And so, as a government, we are very much concerned. Earlier on, when my senior colleague was talking to us, he told us that the problem of security is not isolated to Benue. Indeed, in the northeast and in most states of the north central, the issue of the killings by headers and other criminal elements and bandits has become a source of concern. But I want us to understand that asymmetric warfare is very difficult to confront. If you are fighting an enemy that you can see, it is easier for you to fight him and degrade him. But the bandits we have here, properly organized in syndicates, they strike and they run away. That is why it is very difficult for us to confront them. But as we speak, the federal government of Nigeria, working together with the Benue state government under the leadership of Father Alia, are designing a very effective security architecture that will be proactive to prevent the occurrence of these killings. We don't want it to happen before we stand up and begin to condemn it here and there. I think that the plan the government has, since it's a security plan, we will still leave it under the table. But I want to assure you that we are not resting, because when there is insecurity here, business people will not come. And when they don't come here, the economy of the state will go down. And that is not the desire of this government. No single life of any citizen in Benue is worth giving any form of ignorance. We are intentional about the protection of lives and property in Benue State. And so let this not be lost on anyone. We are not going to allow anyone to politicize the killings that are going on. We are confronting it with all sense of patriotism, and will continue to do so because you have voted us into government to protect you and to serve you. So be assured that this government will not rest on her house until the territory of Benue is fully protected. The state, as a government, when we assumed office, we did a manpower audit of the security, Benue State Security Volunteer Guard, which was established by the former administration. And the essence of this was to flush out some criminal elements that had infiltrated that particular structure. Now, we have put in place the Benue Civil Protection Guard, which is under the leadership of a retired general of the Nigerian Air Force, Air Commodore Jack Manwan, retired. The essence of this is to make sure that he will collaborate with security agencies in the state. You know that we do not have the powers to give arms of a certain category to these volunteers. The criminal elements that we are confronting, we are dealing with, are people who are coming in with sophisticated weapons, AK-49 and the rest of them. But it is our desire that we empower our communities. The people who are going to recruit into the Civil Protection Guard will be people who live in the communities, who know the terrain very well, and who can rise to the occasion, work together with the security agencies by providing them intelligence gathering, intelligence report that will enable them to confront and degrade these criminal elements. So I want you to be assured that all that is necessary to be put in place to do this shall be done. The government recently, as you know, bought and equipped over 100 Hilux vehicles, which we have distributed to security agencies across the state for the purpose of protecting all Benue citizens. This is our determination, and we will not be deterred by any factors. So I want to assure you that this is the direction that we are going. But again, let me say that security is a concern for all of us. The governor will also always say something to us that if we hear something, say something. It is the intelligence we get from the communities that will enable us to plot the strategy to fight the enemies that are confronting us. So let us look at security as a shared responsibility between the government and all of our communities across the state. Thank you very much. So I want to thank you so much. I have attempted to answer some of the questions. Like I said, some of the remarks you have made are not questions. They are recommendations. And we have documented them properly. And we shall convey this to the Benue State Executive Council and the Benue State Security Council. Luckily, His Royal Majesty the Chidoma is here. He's an active member of the Benue State Security Council. We shall bring all these issues to that council and take decisions that will be in the best interest of the people of Benue State. Your Excellency, the former Minister of Information, Federal Republic of Nigeria, my senior colleague, Labara Maku, the former DG of the National Orientation Agency, Dr. Mike Omeri, and all members of the Benue State Executive Council and Security Council who are here, our traditional rulers, civil society organizations, and civil-based organizations that are here. We want to thank all of you for finding time to come and participate in this interactive town hall meeting. It is our wish that as we go on, at least on a quarterly basis, we'll be able to provide a platform where we can come together and talk about the future of our state. We have no other state apart from Benue. We must all join hands to develop this state. Before I give my closing remarks, we have our paramount rulers who are here. We must give them the opportunity to talk to us because they are the custodian of the land. They live with the people and they know the character and the geography of the places that are under their domain. I will therefore give first and foremost the representative of the TOTIF the microphone to give us a word from His Royal Majesty, the Totif, who is the chairman of the Benue Council of Chiefs, and thereafter, His Royal Majesty Agabaidu Ochidoma will give us his own remarks, and then we can draw the curtain on this segment of the activities that are lined up towards the second anniversary of the earlier late administration. Thank you very much, and God bless you.
The Executive Governor of Benue State, I want to thank you together with your visitors from the federal government, members of Benue State Executive Council. It was this morning, about 7:30, I received a call from the Totif that I should represent him at this very important gathering. And when I came, after a few minutes, the Ochidoma came, and I told him that I'm representing the Totif. I was waiting with him together in the room there. I was expecting to see or have an idea of the agenda for this meeting. Because before I went to sit with Ochidoma, some of my chiefs were clamoring. They were saying that this must be a meeting where they will talk about security in Benue State. That was their main concern. So we came to sit out. Then the meeting started. I had no idea what the meeting was about. But when the two speakers from the federal government spoke, then I knew that this is the agenda. That maybe it's the actual panorama that should be done about what people of Benue State are doing. And they were so emphatic. And I want to congratulate them because they have seen what they have told us. Some of us, maybe we don't go to the view, we don't know. So I think if the governor is performing and we are putting it down into our pockets without the world knowing, I think that's not fair enough. So what I've heard from them, they even, some of the projects, the ones in the teaching hospital here, some of the things we're mentioning were not only encouraging, they were very, 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 very touching. Because if there's a VIP, room there in the hospital there, maybe I wouldn't disturb the governor to go to Abuja. I would just go there to have my medicine checked. So there are so many issues that they mentioned. They know more about that teaching hospital than we are sitting here. So I want to thank the organizers of this forum. It's good to allow people who know this is to come and see what we are and panorama it. But then, as I've been telling you people, see the people sitting there with beads. They are traditional rulers. Most of them, they hardly speak. But when they want to speak, they don't speak from both sides of their cheeks. They tell you exactly what they've seen. And so I'm just going to do that now. When we started this, in the morning, before I spoke to the Totif, I had to send a message of condolence to my elder brother, Chief Ondana. Look at him sitting there. His house, he's a first-class chief, and his wife was the first lady. The whole place had been vandalized, and people caught and killed by the herdsmen. More than 40 people, they were buried. This was actual mass burial. Before that, in my domain here, from here to Yeruwata, I'm happy you people were lucky. Those people who are killing Yeruwata, if they met you, maybe the governor could have sent soldiers to go and rescue you. And I want to tell you that there are some area here in Benue State you cannot reach by road. Naka is a town. It's a headquarters of a local government. You dare not go to Naka now. These people are on the road in the night, in the bush. They will finish you up. So the issue of security in Benue State, the Idoma land and the Tiv land has become an issue. It has become an issue. It has reached a stage where the Tiv people and the Idoma people, the Tiv nation made a declaration. They made a declaration that they are begging their brothers, the Fulanis, The Fulanis who lived with us before, who we have intermarried, who have been together in peace. But the type of Fulanis that have come now, we believe they are not Nigerians. And the fact that the Fulanis who are here with us have not told us that these are criminals, are mixing with them in the villages to come and butcher our wives and children in the night. We think this is too much we can bear. This is famine season. A Tiuma and a Duma man live by famine. Now they cannot access their farms. They can't even go to fetch firewood. They dare not go. If you see in the faces of our people, it's all misery. So we are saying, look, we are pleading with our brothers, the Fulanis, to leave till land. By the end of this month, there should not be till land again. Because we cannot take this. So Benue State Panorama, let the federal government know this. And what the Benue State government doesn't even know about what we want to say, Fulani, leave us. It's none of their business. It's the federal government business. So the federal government should know that we have given the Fulanis in Benue State an ultimatum that they should leave Benue land before the end, or before, just by the end of this month.
That was a speech. That is a speech by the Tolobi, His Royal Highness Chief Moses Anagende, who represented the Totiv, Professor Chief Ayate Totiv V, who is unavoidably absent, and the Tolobi is standing for him. He has raised certain concerns about the security situation in Benue State that has affected our farming communities, and is appealing to government at all levels, especially the federal government, to do more in ensuring that issues of insecurity are nipped in the bud.
God bless you. We thank God for today. As my Royal Majesty representative just said, we're thinking that today's meeting is a town hall meeting. It's for us to talk to ourselves and also talk to ourselves what is bothering the Benue State. I was not even thinking that we are coming here to think about what the government have done, because I know that is what is going to be discussed tomorrow, 29th May 2025. And we have prepared a message to present there also to tell the people what the government have done. We appreciate everything he has done. And I use his name to capture what he has done in Benue State. When you were talking, I begin to write down certain things to bring out the HACCENT, health system strengthening, I know it is there. Youth empowerment, agricultural revolution, community development, infrastructural advances, natural resources management, transparency and good governance, housing and urban development, and then alias, access to education, literacy and skill development, investment and security, and then access to affordable electricity and transportation. That is how I group them. But the issue before us, we are talking about agricultural revolution. And I said it the other day here, that Benue State belongs to Benue Indigene. Your Excellency, I said it the other day, we know the people that are causing problem in Benue State. Let us not say that we don't know them, we know them. The former DG just said clearly that Benue State is being under attack, Plateau, Taraba, and Zamfara, and the other. Who are the people that are attacking these people? Are they not the same set of people? People who are attacking Benue State, the same set of people that are attacking Zamfara, the same people attacking Nasarawa, the same people attacking Kogi State, and all the states within the country, and we say we don't know them. We know them. The problem is that how can we handle them? And I'm reading something from the Facebook for you now. This is what they say here. Just now. Soldier deployed to where clearly and unequivocally say that only the federal government can order them to attack. What are we talking about? Social media. You tap it, you are going to see it there. And that is the problem we are having here. You have never seen Idoma's sons and daughter or TV sons and daughter go to another state creating problem. It is people that are coming here that are creating problem for us. Security meeting, we are giving them 14 days notice to vacate. They didn't vacate. Tape Kingdom give to the end of this month a quick notice. They have escalated in killing human beings. And the Idoma Kingdom will say immediate effect so that they can leave. And that is what they have been doing now, killing people here and there. Instead of them to live in, they keep on killing. And instead of security people, I appreciate all of them very well. May God console the family or the people that they have killed. And instead of moving to the bush, facing these people, it is our own people that they are facing. They are arresting them as I'm talking. Go to Ikobia and see what is going on there now. As I sat here, Fulani herdsmen attack people in the Uboko just now. That
the Ochidoma is just raising concerns about the security situation in Benue State. He's so vehement and angered that federal government and other people, including critical stakeholders, must come together to address issues of insecurity in his domain.
suffer. But I don't have, we know them. And I pray to Almighty God that all of us that are from Benue, this is our state. We have no other state apart from this state.
Lying down now, I'm going to make the
Is to report facts as they are. To remove ourselves from partisanship and to report exactly what we see, what we hear with accountability. If we focus on development, focus on the problems of our people, it will force government to respond. It will also enable government to have the opportunity to call on people to do their own duty. Governance is a joint responsibility between the people and their government. And I believe His Excellency in his concluding remarks is going to respond to some of the other issues that arose. And I believe everything we have done here today is exactly what we intend to do. May the Lord God Almighty give Governor Alia and his team the courage, the good health, the vision to continue to work on these projects and respond to the needs of the people and lift Benue to the next level. Thank you for this opportunity given to us, and the Lord bless you all. Thank you indeed, Your Royal Highnesses.
The idea, first of all, I'd like to appreciate Labaran Maku, who has just made his closing remark. I think the idea about the town hall meeting is all about government being responsible and accountable to the people. And of course, we believe that from the responses and from the answers that the Deputy Governor has responded to some of these questions, there is optimism that the people have more confidence that better days lie ahead of them. Honorable Commissioner for Information, Matthew Abo, giving the closing remarks.
Reverend Father Hyacinth Mamalia, PhD, ably represented by the Deputy Governor of Benue State, Honorable Barrister Sam Ode, MNI. Our Royal Majesty is here present. All our chiefs, Executive Council, I stand on existing protocols. Today is a great day in the life of Benue State, because His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Benue State, has permitted a media group that is not from Benue State to come and assess his performances in the state. I say it is a great day because sometimes when you are listening to somebody that is very close to you, you don't actually understand. I think that is the wisdom His Excellency has seen, that he has invited Timbuktu Media Group, headed by the former Minister of Information, Labaran Maku, to come assess his performances within 2 years in office. They have come, they have seen, and they have actually told us what the present administration has done. So we appreciate you. I want to say categorically that Benue State is indeed a lucky state to have gotten a Reverend Father for the second time to rule this state. And what we are seeing now is almost a replica of what Father Adasu did. And I must also say that within 2 years in office, our governor has done more than other governors did in 8 years. Because I am in the system and I know what I have been telling people. And so it is an opportunity for all of us here to listen to the visitors who have come and then add it up to what we have been telling you so that you will be in a better position to explain the position of this government. And so I want to thank you very seriously for honoring this occasion. As you move here to go to your various destinations, may God take you safely. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I've had the privilege of working with my commissioner. He's one of the most gentlemen I've ever met in my life. A good leader and a good director. A round of applause for him one more time. At some point in the life of a people, they must decide where they want to go. Whether they want development or they want to keep sharing money under the table. But as for Benue, from what we have seen here, we have decided to go out of the woes of underdevelopment to the next level. And of course, His Excellency, by the mercies of God, is the one in the driver's seat. And we're all excited. At this point in time, may I welcome to the microphone one more time His Excellency, the Deputy Governor of Benue State, for his closing remarks before we take the national anthem. I didn't hear you clap for him. One more time, please.
Once again, I convey to you the best regards of His Excellency, Reverend Father Dr. Hyacinth Yomem Alia, the Governor of Benue State, on the occasion of this interactive session, which is being conducted by an independent group of media people who have gone around Benue State to do an assessment, of course, very independent assessment of what this administration has been able to achieve in the last 2 years since assumption of office. Our royal fathers, our paramount rulers have spoken, and they have spoken very, very loudly. Your Royal Majesty of Chidaba, I want to assure you that you have spoken very loudly and we have heard you. The federal government of Nigeria, under the leadership of His Excellency Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, is determined to ensure that the security of this nation is guaranteed. It is to that extent that just recently he sent the National Security Advisor, Malam Nuhu Ribadu, who came to Benue here and spent some time with the governor and the security team in this state. And we had very deep conversations around the issues of security. All we ask for is patience. Give us some time. And we assure you that we are not asking for too much time. We are working diligently and we are taking steps to ensure that what has been happening recently in Benue will be put to a stop. The vocation of the mass majority of Benue people is farming. If you cannot go to your farm and be sure that you can freely cultivate your farms and get proceeds from your harvests, then it means that your occupation as a people is lost. This government will never, and I repeat, will never accept that kind of situation. We are going to discuss, we are going to put our communities together, we are going to work with the traditional institution to put in place the necessary framework to police our communities in a manner that will prevent strangers from coming into our land to defile the peace of our people. This is a solemn pledge that we make as a government. And I know the governor of Benue State is determined that the Benue political space will be protected. We shall continue to hold this kind of interactive session, at least on a quarterly basis, so that we can aggregate the views of the citizens of our state to help us to plan and to respond to the challenges of governance. We do not know all. We are willing to learn, because life in itself is a learning curve. Take it from us that we are your servants, and we shall continue to listen to your voices, because it is only when you are happy that we shall know that there is a government in place and that the government is effective. May God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. God bless Benue State. God bless the people of Benue State. Thank you very much.